Girls' education, a waste of money? Priyanka Chopra's powerful message. Priyanka Chopra is known across the globe for being an amazing actress, model, and now entrepreneur too. But she's also famous for being vocal about the rights of women and has given multiple speeches to send her message across. In one such speech, Priyanka talked about the education of women, and it was the most powerful message. So make sure to keep watching this video to find out all about this speech and what exactly she said that motivated the whole world. She started off her speech by talking about her humble beginnings and how her parents were always so supportive of her. And of course, that's the only way a girl could easily reach high ranks, when her parents support her. Otherwise, the path to success becomes very difficult. According to her, even when her brother was born, things never really changed for her as her parents loved them both equally. Priyanka obviously made it to Miss Universe and then to ruling over Bollywood and Hollywood with the help and support of her parents. She went on to talk about developing countries and how it is a huge privilege in these countries to be treated equally. And it is important for people in Asia and underdeveloped countries to treat their daughters like sons if they really want to move forward in the true sense. As Priyanka got older, the line between a girl and a boy became clearer to her because of the society she was part of. She talked about how a lot of girls her age had to drop out of school just because their parents wanted them to get married. These girls would then have babies at the age of 14 or 15. When it comes to boys, they were allowed to enjoy their childhood and innocence up until their 20s. She then went on and talked about the triggers she had to face as a woman in her own 20s, like producers forcing her to work on an extremely low salary in comparison to her male co-star. And she was supposed to be okay with it. This is how discrimination is normalized, when men start favoring their own gender and act like they're better at what they do while women are just placeholders. But in reality, women work just as hard as men, and they obviously deserve equal pay. And pay shouldn't even be determined by gender in the first place. It should be determined by qualification, talent, and dedication. But there still is a huge pay gap between women and men, even in the Western world. If you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet to show us your support. Now let's continue. Even though we're moving towards a more accepting society that's rather kind towards women, there still are a lot of people who consider it an absolute waste of money to spend anything on education or nurturing of women. She recounted an incident that happened to her recently. She said that she once came home early and saw her housekeeper's daughter reading in the library. She casually asked her in which grade she was, but to Priyanka's surprise, the mother said that she doesn't study anymore. It was all because they didn't have enough money to provide education to all their children, so they chose boys and put them in school while the girls had to drop out. And the reason was so heart-wrenching. The women said to Priyanka that educating girls is a waste of money because they'll eventually be married off to someone and would have to make babies. But boys would be able to support and finance their clans, and that's why they preferred to educate boys. Priyanka eventually went on and took responsibility for that girl's education herself, but she was shaken to the very core. And anyone would be shaken because education is such a basic human right, and it's so tragic that girls are abandoned from it just because of their gender. Education should be given regardless of who you are and where you are. It's the only thing that stands between anarchy and the sensible world. And how would a woman educate her children and make responsible citizens when she's a child herself in her teens? It is crucial to let women study as much as they want, because that's how countries will move forward. We can't just suppress half of the population of the world and then expect the world to become a good place. Female education isn't a very sensitive topic. Mainly in the West, because most people willingly send their daughters to schools and colleges. But in Asian countries, things are a little iffy when it comes to female education. They prefer their women to be inside the house or invest all their money in boys because they think that their girls are a liability. But things are changed now. We're living in a world where women are running countries and winning World Cups. So it shouldn't even be the conversation whether women should be educated or not. The conversation should be about how we can improve the ways education is given to women and how we can create new opportunities for them. Well, that's all for today's video. Tell us in the comments section how this one was. I hope that you found this video interesting. If you want to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing for more. And don't forget to give comments and provide us with your valuable feedback. We'll see you in the next video with some more interesting facts and stories. And until then, stay tuned.